ThruNite T30 S, as with all of the other ThruNite lights that I've seen, is a lot of light for the money. This light puts out 650 lumens, it will throw at 250 meters, and it does all that for a street price, at least going by Amazon numbers, of $59.95. A lot of light for your money. This is the packaging that comes with, standard ThruNite packaging, cardboard box that points out some of the main features of the light here. 650 lumens, throws at 250 meters, it's IPX8 rated, so it's impact resistant at 1.2 meters, it's water submersible, and a standard packaging. And here is the light itself. Now this light, the T30 S differs from the original T30 model by this side button. I'm not sure if S stands for side button, but I'm going to say S for side button to help you remember it. And the side button is what you use to change between the different brightness modes and also to access the strobe from when the light is off. On the T30, you had to change the brightness levels by twisting the head, and on the T30S, it's all with this side button. It's actually very handy because when you're holding it, you've got it right here. Put your index finger on the side button. You can, momentary press it on or full press it on, and then change the brightness levels with the side button. So very easy to get between the two of them. If you're using the T30, I had to twist the head here. I think this is much easier. Nice design from ThruNite on that. The tail cap, as long as we're back here, well, the button, it's not recessed, so you can't tail stand it, which is fine. The tail cap does come off, and inside, this takes two different types of batteries. Two CR123s that are held by this little tube right here that goes on the inside, or you can do 118-650, which just fits in there without the tube. So some people don't have the 18650s. Put the tube in there and put the two batteries in there. There's the inside of the tail cap. It does have the reverse polarity protection, so if you put the batteries in backwards, you'll be protected from that. As long as we're on the back here, I forgot to show you the stuff that comes with it in the case here. Standard instruction manual, and then a belt clip. Inside this, let me move this out of the way for a minute. Inside this is a few things. A pocket clip. And pocket clip, you can either leave the cigar ring on here, or this comes off, and then you can put the pocket clip in place of that if you like. Also in here, a couple O-rings, and I believe a lanyard. That's what comes with the light. The belt case, belt clip, Velcro here, and a snap to lock it in place on your belt. And that is the stuff that comes with it, and get this out of the way. All right, back to the light itself. So tail cap, put the tail cap back on. And this light, pretty much like standard flashlights, IPX rated, IPX8 rated, aircraft type 3 hard anodized aluminum. It has standard knurling here that most lights seem to have. You can use the cigar ring here, or take this out and put that pocket clip on, like I said. Moving up forward, the ThruNite logo here, T30S on the other side with the serial number. Moving up to the head, there's a heat sink followed by some more knurling, and then the bezel is smooth. Inside the bezel is a smooth, deep reflector with that Cree XML U2 LED buried deep down in that smooth reflector, and that depth is going to help this throw a lot farther. Turn the lights down here so you can see some of the function of this. This has a forward click design, meaning that you can half press the tail cap and get a momentary on, or full press it and the light will stay on. Comes on at a low of 9.4 lumens. I'll put the run times on the screen here. 9.4, and then the way you switch the brightnesses is with the side button here. 9.4 up to 1.50, up to 650 lumens, and then from there it goes into a strobe, and then back down to the 9.4. This does have memory, meaning that if you turn it off, it remembers what you turned it off on. If turned it off at that 9.4, comes back on at the low output. If you turn it off at the full brightness, it comes back on the full brightness. Incidentally, if you turn it off on the strobe, it just comes back on to that full brightness. Now, one of the nice things about this light that I've honestly not seen in any other light of all the brands that I have is that you have instant access to the strobe. And people talk about wanting to blind their attacker or signaling or things like that with the strobe. And on every other light that I have, you've got to do to get to the strobe, you have to do some head twists and several brightness changes. With this one, all you do is you press this side button and you get momentary strobe, instant access to the strobe. Again, the only light that I have that you can do that with. So that is nice design there that they've included that. Let's go ahead and take the light outside and do some beam shots. All right, out here in the dark, let's do some comparison shots using the 200 lumen HDS light I've used in some of my other reviews. Up close here, we've got a tree that's about 10 yards. Over here, we've got a tree that's about 50 yards, and way down there, there's a tree that is about 100 yards. You can just barely make it out with this 200 lumen light. All right, moving back up close. Gonna go from the 200 lumen HDS light up to the 650 lumen T30 S. There's 200, there's 650. Super bright. All right, let's move down to about 50 yards. 50 yards at 200 lumens, and 50 yards at 650 lumens. And then let's go way down. 100 yards, barely can even see it. 200 lumens, and 650 lumens. Nice and bright. Pretty focused beam, you can see it throws pretty far, it's fairly tight. From here you can go into the strobe. Strobe alternates between slow and fast. Fast and slow as the case were. And then it goes back into that low output, low, medium, and the high. So there you have it. Nice little light.